Okay, so today we will start off with geometry. Okay, now we'll try to cover almost all the important properties. Then I will discuss all the equations which is required. Then also then after that I'll discuss the method in which you can solve the problem without using any of the equations. Okay, so we will start off with triangles, which is the first polygon. Then we will move on to quadrilateral, then pentagon, hexagon, octagon. Okay, then finally we will cover circle. Okay, then associated property. Then we will discuss about polygon, in a polygon like circle and a triangle. Then we will discuss like circle and a square, right? Or like this. All these things will be covered in the order. Okay, so let's start off with triangle. We will discuss some of the important properties which you already know, so or some important formulas starting with. So if you have a triangle, okay, if you have a triangle A, B, C, the three sides are known. What is the area? You know that it is root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, right? Where S is equal to the semi-perimeter, which is A plus B plus C by. In case if you know the height, okay, so if the height is known to you and if this is a base, okay, so if you know the base and the height, then you have a faster method, half BH, okay, you will get the area. So if the height is known, you will use this. Height and the base is known, you will use this. If three sides are known, if you don't know the height, you will use this. Okay. Now, if you are getting this, okay, three sides A, B, C, also they are giving you the circumradius. That means in the triangle, it circumscribes. Okay, a circle is there. So basically in the triangle there is a circumcircle. Okay, so circumcircle is there means you will get the circumradius. Okay, so let's keep circumradius as R and this is ABC, right? So here you have given three sides, so you can either use root of S into S or root of S into S minus A into S minus B. Otherwise, since R is given, you can use this also. ABC divided by 4R, you will get the area. Okay, now instead of circumcircle, if there is an in circle, they will be giving you an in radius, right? R. So this will be A, this will be B, and this will be C. The sides are given and in radius is given. Then your answer is R into S, where S is the same semi-perimeter that we have discussed, A plus B plus C by 2. Okay, so we have discussed about four methods of finding the area. Root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where the three sides are given. Now here S is the semi-perimeter. Or if base and height is given, half into B into H. Now if the three sides are given, the circumradius is given. So what is answer? ABC by 4R. Now if three sides are given and in radius is given, so your answer is R into S, where S is the semi-perimeter, R is the in radius. Here R is the circumradius. ABC are the three sides. Okay, so these are the various methods of finding the area. Now what if it's an equilateral triangle? All the sides are equal, right? So this will be A, this will be A, this will be A. So now how will you find the area? So what you can do is you can drop a perpendicular here, right? So in right angle, if you draw this perpendicular bisector, it will bisect. Okay, if you drop a perpendicular, it will bisect the base. So this will be A by 2 and this will be A by 2, right? So you know this is A by 2, this is A. Can you find the height? Yes. So what will be the height in an equilateral triangle? If one side is given, can you find the height is a question, right? So height is equal to A square minus A by 2 square, right? So you'll get it as root 3 by 2A. Why? Because you will get it as 4A square minus A square divided by 4, right? There is nothing but 3A square divided by 4, right? When you take the root of it, root 3 by 2A. This is the height. So you got this as root 3 by 2 into A. So if one side is given, you can find the height, root 3 by 2A. So if one side is given, that means base is also given, right? So base is given A and height you can find out as root 3 by 2A. Then what is area? Half into base is A into root 3 by 2A. So this will be root 3 by 4A square. So what is the area of an equilateral triangle if one side is given? Root 3 by 4A square. If one side is given, what is the height? Root 3 by 2A. Okay, so you can get questions based on area also and you can get question on the base of height also. So if one side is given, height is root 3 by 2A, area is root 3 by 4A square. Now what do you mean by this concepts like orthocenter, centroid, circumcenter and incenter? What are they? Or what do you mean by altitude, median, perpendicular bisector and angle bisector? What is median if it's a triangle? Okay, median divides equally. Okay, so this is a median divides equally. Now what is the altitude? Altitude you drop from the vertex only, but you cannot say this and this is equal. Okay, the special case can be where it can be equal, but you cannot say it is equal. So this is also a possibility, right? This is also a possibility. You're dropping it from the vertex, so you cannot say this and this is equal, right? So this is what altitude. But what is median? If this is the case, it have to divide equally. Okay. What is perpendicular bisector? Perpendicular bisector will bisect, right? So this has to be equal. Now, in this case, it will go like this also. So the condition is this has to be equal. Now what is angle bisector? Angle bisector, if this is 30, angle bisector will divide equally, that is this is 15 and this is 15. Now if you take an equilateral triangle, if you draw the median, okay, if you draw the three median, will meet at a point, this point is the centroid. Now the speciality is in equilateral triangle, centroid divide the median in the ratio 2:1. So basically this is 2, this is 1. So if that is 2 and this is 1, everything will be in the same ratio. This is 2, this is 1. Okay. So basically this is 2 and this is 1. Now by keeping this centroid as the center, if you draw an in radius, okay, if you draw an in radius means it has to touch, right, the triangle, this side and this side, right? If you draw an in circle, it will go like this. So what will be the radius? This is the radius, right? This is the radius. Now let's see, if you keep this as a center, if you draw a circumcircle, what will happen is, so what is the radius? This is the radius, right? So if you see this together is the height, right? This is the height in an equilateral triangle. So what you can understand is, okay, so this I already told you, this is 2 and this is 1, divide in the ratio 2:1. So the radius of circumcircle and incircle is in the ratio 2:1. You understood? So obviously the areas will also be in the ratio 2:1, right? Now the height is in the ratio 2:1. So if you need to find the radius of this, so if one side is A, we know that height is √3/2a. We know height is √3/2a, right? Now if you see, the circumradius will be in the ratio of, see, circumradius and in radius is the ratio of 2:1. So total is the height, right? So height is divided in the ratio 2:1. So what will be the ratio of, what will be the radius of circumcircle into 2/3, right? Because 2:1 is the ratio. So 2 is the circumradius. So this get cancelled. So you'll get a/√3. This also will get cancelled. So the radius, now what all things we got is the radius of circumcircle or the circumradius is a/√3. Then what will be the radius of the incircle? We know it will be half of it, right? So a divided by 2√3. So what all things we got? If you have an equilateral triangle, one side a is given, okay, what all things we got? We got the height as √3/2a, right? So we got this. We got the area as √3/4a square, because this we know a and this we know √3/2, so we can find it. We got the circumradius, okay, so circumradius as a/√3, because we know that height we are dividing in the ratio 2/3, right? Now in radius is a/2√3, because in radius is, if you divide the height with 1/3, you will get the in radius, right? So height is √3/2a. If you do this 1/3, this will become √3. So a/2√3. So these are the four things which you can keep in your mind with respect to equilateral triangle. Now if you move on to right angle triangle, you can expect questions from right angle triangle. So basically one thing that you need to keep in mind is, you will get questions from two types of right angle triangle only. The reason I tell you, see, the two types are, this is 60/30, obviously this is 90, and the next will be 45/45 90. This is 45, this is 45, and this is 90. Okay, now if you take any questions, it will be on the basis of this ratio only. Okay, the reason is, see, now I give you the method of finding the answer also. So opposite of 30 is 1, opposite of 60 will be √3, opposite of 90 will be 2. This is the ratio always. Okay, now 45 opposite it will be 1, this will be 1, and this will be √2, because we know we are applying Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so this is what you need to keep in your mind. Now if you get questions like this, okay, see, you have a pole, you need to find the length of the pole, basically that is the question. Now now you are standing at the distance of, let's say, root 3, okay, or you are standing at the distance of 3, okay. Now you are making an angle from here of 30 to the top of the pole, right? So this is 30 which is given, so we know that this will be 60 if you make a triangle, and the opposite of 60 is given as 3. So the question will be, what will be the height? It will be root 3, because it has to be the ratio, right? Or they can ask you a different question. A ladder leans against the wall and it touches the ground and making an angle of 30, or from here they are making an angle of 60. So obviously this is 30 and wall means this is 90. Okay, now what you will get is this length, the height of the wall may be given, maybe this is 10. So what will be this? 10 root 3. Very easy, right? So in case of 45, this questions will be easy. If this is given as 30, this has to be 30. Now why I told you that these are the two triangles possible? Because see, otherwise you need to apply this sine 45, sine 30, because sine, see here 45, what values are given? 30, 45, 60, 90, right? These values, sine value, cos value, tan value, etc. you can remember. But sine 15, sine 20, sine 25, sine 30, sine 35, etc. is not expected from you. That's why you will get these two triangles only. Now, what about if you draw a circle on a right angled triangle? What will be the radius? Half of the hypotenuse. You will draw like this, right? So this will be the radius. So that is actually half of hypotenuse. So I have seen this question in a previous paper. It was like this. You have a right angle triangle, okay? So right angle triangle, and like A, B, C is a right angle triangle. D is the midpoint of AC, okay? D is the midpoint of AC, and they asked this length BD. This length is what asked. What is the answer? It is, so, and this obviously AC is given, whatever it is, maybe let's take it as 10, okay? So whatever it is not important for us. The property that we have learned is what we are going to use here. So what is the length? It will be equal to, this length is what asked, right? What is BD? See here, D is the midpoint, right? So you need to remember this property that I have discussed. So basically if you draw a circumcircle by touching the 3 points, okay, this is not correct, but if you draw, what is this? This AC is actually the diameter, right? So AC is the diameter and D is the midpoint, means AD is what? AD is the radius. Similarly, DC is also the radius. So what is BD? BD is also the radius only. So what is the answer? What is the length of BD? BD is 5. Okay, so if AC is 10, BD is actually 5. So the radius will be half of hypotenuse. That is the property. So here BD is nothing but the radius itself. Okay, so BD is the radius here. So okay, so otherwise also you can relate it to one property that you will be learning later. I'll be discussing in short. See, if this is the diameter, okay, now if you draw any angle which is touching any part of the circle, that will be 90 degree. So this is 90. If this is also 90. So if this is 90 and if you are drawing a circumcircle, obviously this is the diameter. This hypotenuse will be the diameter. So this is going to be half of it. Okay. So if the question is asked like this, BD which is asked, okay, so answer is 5. They can also ask you what is the radius if you draw a circumcircle, then also the answer is 5. Now let's look at some important properties that you need to use in the questions related to geometry. Okay, so I am discussing only the basic properties, and any property or any question if it is asked, you can derive everything from the basic property that you are going to learn here. Let me start off with the first one that I have already discussed. You have a circle. Okay, so this AB is the diameter. AB is the diameter. Now if you draw like this angle will be 90 degree. So if you put a point on the circle, anywhere on the circle, if you put a point here, if you draw like this, then this will be 90 degree. If you put a point on the circle anywhere, you just draw like this, that angle will be 90 degree. So the idea is this has to be diameter. So keeping the diameter on one side, and if you join any point on the circle, you will get a right angle triangle. Okay, so keeping the diameter, you join any point on the circle, you will get a right angle triangle. So keeping the diameter, you will join any point, this point, okay, you will get a right angle triangle. Now one more case, if you take a circle and let's take this as the diameter, so let's take a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so if you consider the cyclic quadrilateral, so this will be 90 and this will be 90, so this two angle, if you add, that is 180. Okay, so if you put this as A and this is B, A plus B is equal to 180. Okay, that is obvious. Cyclic quadrilateral is what we are discussing. So basically you have flipped it over, right? So you have one here, so you just flipped it to this side, so obviously this is going to be 90 and total is 180. Now next property is, take a circle and let's consider the secant. AB is the secant. Okay, AB is the secant and O is the midpoint. So you join a line from the midpoint to secant. Okay, so you drop a perpendicular from the midpoint which is touching the secant and name it as OM. So what is AB? AB is the secant. So if you draw the perpendicular to bisect the secant, this length and this length will be equal. So AM is equal to BM. AM is equal to BM. That is the third property.